Welcome to bio class. Today we will do gymnosperm. Gymnosperm. Look at here. Gymnosperm. Here the first come here. What is the, if we split this word, what is the meaning comes out? Gymnos means naked, and the sperma means seed. It means that the seed which is not enclosed by the fruit. So fruit here absent and seed is naked. Look at here. It can be both before and after fertilization. Before fertilization also and after fertilization also. The seed that develop from the post fertilization are not covered. They are naked. That is the first point here about the gymnosperms. Okay. Here the fruit are not developed, only seed it is there. Gymnosperm include a medium-sized tree or the tall shrub, or it can be a very tall or giant, the redwood, that sequoia, sequoia sempervirens. I can show you one picture of the sequoia sempervirens. Sequoia sempervirens, it is about 116 meter tall, which is 380 feet. Just imagine that, so tall. Not only that, this lifespan is about 1800 years. So that is about the sequoia sempervirens, that the tallest, one of the tallest tree. Now look at here that root. The root are generally tap roots. The roots are generally have the fungal association. Already you know that the mycorrhiza in Pinus. So they are getting some advantage. Here it is that beneficial, mutual association is there. So in that mutual association, both can benefit in this, the fungal part and the Pinus also. So if we check that what kind of benefits that the mycorrhizal there. I think all you can understand, the mycorrhiza, it is a fungal part and it is attached with the Pinus root, and so that the Pinus can get more nutrients, more water they can get, and the fungal part will get the food from the plant. So that is the mutual benefit. Here the mycorrhiza, when it is there, you know that the nutrient efficiency will increase, and the water absorption also can increase, mineral absorption also can increase. So here it can shows this one. All right. Now next part you can see that the in Cycas also, and that one association is there. Coralloid root association with nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. If I show it here, you can see that this is the symbiotic association. Here also this with cyanobacteria. Here it can fix nitrogen, and also it can produce asparagine, citrulline, this type of amino acid, which is very important to the plant. Okay. Now next part you can see that about its leaf, the leafy structure. We can see this one here. Look at that leaf of the Pinus. You can see that the needle type of leaf it is there. Leaf is needle like, and here is the scale lips. So this part is scale lips. This is the dwarf and the long shoot, and this part you can see that the foliage leaf, and this is the scale leaf. The two part here. When young plant is there, the taproot system when will grow. Then after that, the needle leaves, and then the dwarf shoot will come out from that. The leaves of here gymnosperms well adapted to withstand extreme temperature. You can see that the wind, speed, humidity, all everything it can tolerate. The needle-like leaves, that is advantageous. It reduces its surface area and thick cuticle with the sunken stomata. Sunken stomata, let's see once what is it. Sunken stomata having this type of pit. Here there's one outer, here the inner, and they protect that escaping water with that guard cells. So this type of stomata, it is found in that desert plant, and here also the plant which can reduce the water loss. All right. So sunken stomata is there, and they are adapted for different type of climates. They can withstand also. Okay, gymnosperms are heterosporous, that you have to keep in mind. It means that the two kinds of spores are produced within the sporangia. Okay, and the sporophyll is there which can bear it. Now you have to understand the few term which is the new for you. Strobili or cone. Strobili or cone. It means that there are two types of cone is there in that cone or strobili, and singular strobilus. That is male cone and the female cone. Suppose at first you take that male cone. Male cone. This one is male cone. This is the male cone. You can see this male cone. Okay. Now, if we make it the cross section of it, the cross section of this male cone, so we get this type of structure here. Here it is the structure. Okay. Now, what is microsporophyll then? Microsporophyll. Look at here. Here in this cone, when we make the cross section, so look at here. This is called microsporophyll. About 60 to 130 that kind of microsporophyll which is present in the male cone. Male cone also known as male strobilus, staminate strobilus. These are the different other name. Now microsporangia, second term is when microsporangia then present. Microsporophyll is here. Microsporangia present inside it here. Inside it, it is magnified if it is here. See that this is the microsporangia. Microsporangia, where the microspore means pollen will form. So from here you can see that the pollen it formed. Here is one pollen which is winged. See that the wing is there. There are two wings, and this is the pollen grain. Here when pollen will germinate, one diagram you can see. So I think you can understand that the male cone, if I make the cross section, we get the microsporophyll, and inside that the microsporangia, and microsporangia will form that the pollen grain. So next another one is same as megasporangia, female cone. Now in female cone, look at here the female strobili. Here out of this is the male and this is the female. Female strobili, if we make the cross section like the previous one, the cross section. So here we'll get that megasporophyll. Previous it was microsporophyll. Okay, female cone also known as seed cone, female strobilus, pistillate strobilus, various types of names are there. Now, look at here that megasporophyll is there, and here in these areas, that is megasporangium is there, where that ovum will produce. The female gametophyte bears here the two or more archegonia, female sex organ. uh, you can see this part. Suppose this areas, this areas, if it is shown it, so this areas here, the ovule is produced. Okay, so this is the structure that you have to just know, that the new terminology here that you have to understand. All right. In previous, we have seen that bryophyte and pteridophyte, where the sporophyte and the gametophyte, these two are the different and interdependent or free living. But here it is not like that. Here it is like a higher plant, that what we are observing, that pollen released from the microsporangium, it is carried air current, and after that the pollination, fertilization takes place. Okay, so if we take a look at this part, that you know that this is the pollen grain, and here it can float in air, because the air sac is there, the wing is there. So after that, here it can fertilize, this pollination takes place, and then the fertilization takes place. Here is the difference only, it is found, just I want to show you here, in this, that is here the gymnosperms and the angiosperm. If we take a look, then it will be very clear to us. Here is the ovary wall integument, this blue area, you can see that in angiosperms, that normal, the dicot monocot plant, but here this part is not present. We know that the ovary wall, this area, it makes the fruit. So that the seed is available. Suppose mango here, this areas is fruit, and this is the seed area. But in case of gymnosperm, the fruit area is not there, because it is not covered. Okay, that you have to keep in mind. Alright, that is about gymnosperm. Next video will be that about angiosperms. Thank you.